you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Hear the whispers in the city's hum. Echoes of stories where we're from. A beat, a step, a voice so clear. The pulse of us, it's all right here. We got soul, we got flavor. Every moment is a savior. Every experience is an overcome.
Well, hello to you. Hey, gorgeous CC, good to see you, beautiful. Glad to have you here. Hey, Linnell Silla. Hey, everybody, welcome in. Glad to have you all here. Y'all know I normally don't go live on Thursdays unless there's something that needs to be talked about. And it looks like you guys are getting not one but two shows, because I just found out about Group Black. And for those of you who may not remember, that was a collective that was supposed to help Black people and Black brands get advertising dollars from all the brands and the things, as they say. And they had a deal with NBC Universal. We report that a couple of years back, and there is a lawsuit for $36 million. You heard me correctly. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on tonight at 8:30. So a lot going on here, but you guys saw the title here. The Essence Festival Culture Breakdown Townhall is starting right from the space right here, right now. Higher is waiting, low is available, but either way, we got to go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me take down this iconic intro here. Shout out to the 21 people that were here. I saw y'all. Thank you so much for coming through. Y'all, you see the virtual tour background. Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music. Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody, welcome in. Glad to have all of you here. So, this destination formed literally yesterday because Patty Jackson, our auntie of pop culture, she works on WDAS-FM in Philadelphia, a legendary station, by the way. And she came to the group chat with this. So, we're going to play this and then we're going to dog walk it. For those of you who may not remember, we talked about this where Stephanie Mills did a letter to Essence talking about the sound checks and the overall energy. Of course, y'all know the Super Lounge had problems as well and everything in between. And it was Lauryn Hill. I think I said Erykah Badu or Lauryn Hill, but it was Lauryn Hill who performed at 3 a.m. to an empty crowd in the Superdome. So it was really, really bad. So here is Patty Jackson with this. Here we go.
It looks like there may not be an Essence Fest this year. Last year, it was a whole mess. And there were complaints and the artists. It was a mess. What has happened to this great cultural festival? They still owe New Orleans $500,000, $456,000.
You heard that correctly.
They were hoping to get state funding. Well, you know, with the DEI, they're not going to do all that. Then the sponsors, who they going to get to sponsor? They were mad when it was Target. The vending cost, the cost of the convention center, the cost of the city. I even heard it may not even be in New Orleans, which is crazy because Essence Festival, New Orleans, they go hand in hand.
Yes, they do.
What happened? The magazine is not good anymore. They haven't printed an issue since he had Brandy and Monica on the cover last fall. The print is so small, I can put my readers on and still can't read it. What has happened to Essence? I think new people came in and they bought it, and they did not understand the Black culture, what it meant, how to treat people. It's going to be very sad if there's no more Essence Fest or none happening this year. You need the proper leaders in charge to make events like this happen. But if you have other people that don't care, it's not going to happen. Shaka Khan says, don't believe the hype.
I just have to say, Patty Jackson is hurting the grandpas, the uncles, and all the nephews out here, okay, with that Vanessa wig. I just want to say that. So, yes, you heard that correctly. $456,000. You round that up to $500,000. That's $500,000, y'all. Yeah. So, I have the story here. I just want to show y'all this here. It's locked up for subscribers, but do not worry, because y'all know my trick, right? Copy the article, then put it in Google Docs. Yes, indeed. Because I really wanted to dig into this destination with all of you, because I'm just like, wait, no Essence this year. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because if you guys go here to Essence.com and Essence Festival 2026 for this year, early bird tickets now available. So, this is very concerning. It's alarming, and it has a energy of uncertainty, right? So right here, you have the 2026 3-day weekend package. One moment, please. That's fine. Okay. So as you can see right now, for example, this row right here. So this row right here, 616, row 21, right here, 616 right here, row 21, $405.30 for 2 tickets. Right now, just for 1 ticket is $202.65. Now these are the nosebleed seats. Let me zoom out. Give it a moment, y'all. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to refresh it. Good man. Oh, hang on 1 second, y'all. I am so sorry. I heard something buzzing. I did not know what it was. Give me 1 moment, y'all. Give me 1 moment, okay? Be right back. Give me 1 moment. Sorry, y'all. We always gotta make sure our people are okay. I was like, I was hearing something buzzing, and it was a call. So always gotta make sure our people are good. So let's look at this here, right? So we look at floor 5 right here, right? Floor 5 right in here. So y'all can see. I'm trying to get it here. Why is it not? You should be able to zoom in for the prices. Okay, as y'all can see, Ticketmaster is being very slow with me today. Come on now. Why do? Okay, wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. 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 Okay, so for one ticket, $1,595.55 for the stage, right? So you have to think about this of the fact that if they already have a bill for $456,000, how many people have bought tickets already for this thing? Now, I'm not saying fraudulent activity is happening right now. I'm not saying that. But it is triggering. It is alarming. It does create a space of uncertainty that you have a $500,000 bill for last year's festival. Okay? So let's keep going here. This is coming to us from Billionaires Africa. Oh, that's right. Before that, I'm so sorry, y'all. Listen, I'm trying to get myself together. Okay, listen, we're live. So here is that document. So here's the article, rather, from NOLA.com. Here we go. With state funding requests looming, Essence Fest still owes local vendors for 2025 event. So right here, the Essence Festival of Culture. Let me zoom in here. There we go. The Essence Festival of Culture owes the Ernest N. Morrill Convention Center more than $400,000 from last year's event. Is past due on paying at least one other major contractor, alarming some local officials and complicating efforts to secure crucial state funding for the 2026 festival in July. The convention center said that the New York-based Sundial Media Group, which purchased Essence in 2018, had an outstanding balance of $456,000 as of Tuesday, representing more than 60% of its charges for hosting 3 days of panels, workshops, and other events from July 4th to 6th last year. The convention center, which shared the information in response to a public records request, requires that balances be settled within 30 days of an event. On Wednesday, the convention center said it received a $50,000 payment from Essence, bringing the outstanding balance down to $406,000. Essence also owes a local production company more than $1 million, according to a source familiar with the situation, who asked not to be named to avoid upsetting business relationships in New Orleans. The delay in payments is the latest issue to crop up for Essence, which brings tens of thousands of people and estimate hundreds of millions of dollars in economic impact to New Orleans each year. In 2025, it faced complaints from some attendees over aspects of the shows in the Caesars Superdome. Essence officials are also preparing, like in earlier years, to ask the state legislature for funding for the 2026 festival, and Mayor Helena Moreno has listed a pair of political heavyweights to ensure the partnership between the city and festival organizers remains intact. The vendor payments issue could make securing the state money more difficult, according to State Representative Jack McFarland, Republican Jonesboro, the chairman of the House Appropriations Committee. He says Essence officials will have to come down to Baton Rouge to explain the delayed payments if they want to secure more funds. Any event that doesn't pay its bills after we give it funding, that's a problem. McFarland said, I don't care which of it is, that doesn't matter. In a prepared statement, Essence officials said the city of New Orleans and Essence Fest are extremely dear to each other as partners, adding that last year's event generated an estimated $46.2 million in tax revenue. We value our relationships with the city, the state, the convention center, and our vendor community, and we continue to meet our obligations as we sell 2025 and are deep in planning for the 2026 festival with all of our core vendors returning for 2026, Essence officials said. Essence said the payment to the convention center is part of a formal agreement to sell the balance. A spokesperson for Sundial Media Group also disputed that the festival owed a local production company more than $1 million. Essence declined to say how much it still owes vendors. Convention Center and prepared statement on Tuesday noted that its relationship with Essence spans more than 30 years. So I'm basically 1 year older than this relationship with Essence of the Convention Center. In the spirit of that long-standing partnership, we continue to work collaboratively with the event's current ownership to resolve the outstanding balance, the statement said. A decades-long partnership, Essence Fest has held an important place in New Orleans' cultural calendar for 3 decades. Over the years, has blossomed into a summertime celebration of Black culture and empowerment around the 4th of July holiday. In 2024, the 4-day Summit of Black Music, Culture, and Wellness at the Convention Center and Superdome generated $345 million in economic activity for New Orleans, per one estimate by Dillard University. Still, the event faced some criticism last year. The concert series at the Superdome ran well behind schedule, with headliner Lauryn Hill finishing her set in front of a mostly empty audience at 3:37 a.m. Some festival goers complained about a new policy requiring VIP tickets to see performances in the Superdome lounges. Essence officials apologized after last year's festival and committed to do better. In July, then City Council member Moreno called for the creation of a local host committee to work with Essence year-round to iron out its issues. As mayor, I'm going to do everything possible to make sure we keep Essence here, Moreno said in a Instagram video in the run-up to the election, but also to ensure that our local businesses, our vendors, our local artists, musicians, you name it, that they are all really able to benefit from Essence. The festival's 5-year contract with the city expires at the end of the year. Moreno, who took office in January, asked 2 of her allies outside of government to help her administration navigate its relationship with Essence Fest and ensure it remains in New Orleans in the long run in a way that benefits the city. Former Mayor Mark Morrell, who led the city when Essence Fest first came to New Orleans, and former U.S. Representative Cedric Richmond were enlisted by Moreno during her mayoral transition to help navigate the city's relationship with Essence, according to several people familiar with the matter. That was before issues over vendor payments came to light. In a prepared statement, Moreno's communication director Casanova said the mayor continues to bring stakeholders together to ensure a successful Essence Fest in 2026 and years to come. Honest discussions about challenges and solutions must take place, and those conversations are ongoing, Casanova added. State funding Moreno in last year's video attribute some of the issues with Essence Fest to a decline in state funding. The legislature in 2025 set aside $1.2 million for the festival, down from $3 million in 2024. It's unclear how much the festival received prior to that. Essence officials have repeatedly said they need more support from the city and state to make this year's festival a success. The festival is a very expensive entity to put on. Richard Ludis, executive chairman of Sundial Media Group, said in July interview on WBOK, we need the city and state funding to keep pace with the increase in costs. Then said the festival had also significant lower support from corporate sponsors in 2025, attributing to the decline to a drop in spending by companies on diversity, equity, inclusion efforts. Essence officials then responded to a question over how much money they plan to seek from the state for this year's event. But in November, the CEO of Sundial Media Group, Kirk McDonald, told the Times-Picayune that Essence Fest plan to ask for more support as we go forward. We're really being clear. We're going to invest more, he said. And yes, there's going to be a need and requirement for the other partner in this relationship to also do more. So, with that being said, right, let's go back for a minute. Let's go back, if we can. The legislature in 2025 set aside $1.2 million for the festival, down from $3 million in 2024. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. And as we go back, right, they said that Essence also owes a local production company more than $1 million, and now it's down to $406,000. I just have a question. Can any black celebrity come in here and pay this bill for Essence? Seriously, $1,406,000, $1 million to get this festival where it needs to be. Now listen, okay? Now I know everybody's thinking, Bray, that's easier said than done. I'ma just say this right now. We make time and arrangements for what we want to give a fuck about. We make time and arrangements for what we want to give a fuck about. One more time for the one more time. We make time and arrangements for what we want to give a fuck about. There are plenty of celebrities, black celebrities, and good white allies that, okay, state funding ain't there. Okay, cool. I'll throw down $3 million to cover the state funding. I'll throw down $1,406,000 to pay off Essence bill. I'll also pay the $1 million to pay off that production company. I don't get how we don't unite as a community. We have more resources as a people than we have as being problems to each other. We have more resources as a people than being problems for each other. One more time for the one more time. We have more in terms of resources than being problems for each other. Is anybody following with what I'm saying? Because actually, that's very cheap. That's a very easy bill to fix. And if you want to expand Essence, right, I think this will be a very good time to tap in to BET, to tap into OWN, to tap into Aspire, which is owned by Magic Johnson. Stephen A. Smith always talking about that he's doing stuff for black people. He can't do First Take live from Essence Fest this summer. This is a time where we need to come together as a people. I've been saying the Essence Festival of Culture Content Career Program would be excellent. You have a content career forum. Everybody fills out the top 250 creators. Y'all do a partnership with Delta Airlines. Fly them in. Talk with Hilton Hotels. Talk with IHG Hotels. Talk with Marriott. They get put up in a hotel. They get a content career pass. Not to mention, too, you could probably talk to Google. They get Pixel. They get Pixel phones. Talk to them about, getting, Chromebooks, or talk to HP. And guess what? They can create content there for those 3 days, the 5th, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, right? This is very easy to fix. And I know it's just that the being on the outside looking in, but sincerely, this is ridiculous that this festival might not be here because of $2,406,000. Okay? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So now, right here, from Billionaires Africa, Africa's most widely distributed wealth media platform, up to 27 monthly views on social media. Essence owner Richard Lou Diz blames sponsorship slump as unpaid bills cloud 2026 festival funding. Essence Festival's unpaid 2025 bills have lawmakers asking questions as owner Richard Lou Diz says the sponsorship slump squeezed last year's budget. So this is Richard Lou Diz here. Unpaid bills tied to last year's Essence Festival of Culture are putting the 2026 edition under a harsher spotlight in Louisiana, with state lawmakers and vendors pressing organizers for clarity on who gets paid and when. Documents and reporting cited by local outlets show a balance owed to the earnest in Morale Convention Center that remained hundreds of thousands of dollars in early February, even after a partial payment. A separate claim by a New Orleans production company alleged more than $1 million in unpaid costs of festival, a figure festival officials have disputed, arguing the amount is inflated and that conversations with vendors are continuing. Now, the only thing I can think with this is interest. If you're an entrepreneur and you get a loan is, I'm going to give you money, you do what you need to do, make a return on your investment, and they give it back to me. So I'm wondering now if with that production company, was there a clause or was there something within the contract or what have you that said, okay, this is the price unless you do not pay, and then you have to pay that on top of interest. That's the only thing I can think. So let's keep going here. The money questions arrive as festival leaders are preparing to seek public support. Again, the festival has long held up as one of New Orleans' most reliable summer economic engines, filling hotels and restaurants during the 4th of July weekend. But lawmakers signal that they want more accountability before any new commitments are discussed. State Representative Jack McFarland, chairman of the House Appropriations Committee, said organizers would need to explain payment delays and financial controls before expecting state dollars tied to tourism promotion. Festival representatives have countered by pointing to its economic impact, saying the event generates substantial tax revenue and sustains jobs across hospitality, transportation, and production work. At the center of the dispute is Richard Dennis, the entrepreneur who controls the Essence brand through his holding company. Dennis has argued that the financial squeeze reflects a change in corporate climate rather than weak demand from fans. He said the festival saw a sharp drop in its corporate sponsorship in 2025 as companies pulled back from diversity, equity, inclusion spending, a retreat that has hit many Black cultural institutions that rely on brand partnerships. Dennis is best known for building Sundial Brands, the personal care company behind Shea Moisture, then selling it to Unilever in 2017 and a deal widely reported at about $1.6 billion. He later created Essence Ventures and acquired Essence Communications, bringing the legacy media brand back under Black ownership and expanding its business into events, studios, and commerce. The festival's finances matter beyond one weekend. The event current agreement with New Orleans is reported to run through 2026, meaning next year could be pivotal as the city makes its case to keep the festival long term or as organizers negotiate with partners who want assurance that budgets are realistic. Dennis and festival officials have said that they expect core vendors to return and maintain the brand remain strong. The next test will be straightforward, whether organizers can sell outstanding obligations, quickly rebuild sponsor confidence, and show lawmakers that festivals books matches cultural stature. So there is that there. Well, might as well read this. Because, child, here we go. And I will just say this, right? I wish that Black media, right? And I wish that Black-owned businesses could team up with Essence, right? And I know there are so many gatekeepers to make anything happen, but at this point it needs to be all hands on deck, right? And there needs to be as a separation of the silos, right? It needs to be unity, not division. So let's read this here. BET cancels financially backed show by LeBron James. BET pulled the plug on Cam Newton's and Ashley Nicole Moss's 106 in Sports after 8 episodes. Is a quick end despite LeBron James's Spring Hill's involvement. BET has canceled 106 in Sports, a weekly series hosted by former NFL and MVP Cam Newton, sports analyst Ashley Nicole Moss, ended the show after one 8-episode season, despite LeBron James serving as executive producer. BET confirmed it will not produce additional seasons and said this season will remain across BET platforms. The cancellation closes a short run for a program that launched October 15, 2025, and its final episode aired on December 3rd, 2025. The show was filmed at Tyler Perry Studios and was positioned as a sports and pop culture spinoff of the network's once dominant 106 brand. The show struggled to gain traction Gee, you don't say. With weak ratings and limited social media lift, you don't say. According to industry chatter around the program, that lack of weekly buzz is often decisive for studio shows competing against live sports, highlight feeds, and nonstop reaction content. Me and Gigi told BET all of this, that this was going to happen. Some viewers also criticized the format as too slow for the current sports media cycle. Episodes leaning heavily on pre-recorded segments and broad themes rather than fast, reactive discussion tied to breaking headlines in a crowded market. Critics said the show felt like it arrived with an old playbook. The series aimed to blend sports talk, conversations about Black culture, use celebrity interviews, panel segments, and active elements. A featured main event segment was designed to highlight the biggest story of the week. Still, the show's reliance on pre-tape material made it harder to capture the live edge that helped 106 & Park define youth culture at its peak. James and Spring Hill Studios were attached as the producers, raising expectations that the show would arrive with sharper voice and stronger cultural pull. Spring Hill, founded by James and Matt Ricard, has built a reputation in sports and entertainment storytelling, and Newton's involvement brought star power from the NFL to a network looking to extend an iconic brand. Of course, Ashley Nicole Moss has worked at CBS Sports for a long time. Newton has expanded his profile beyond football recent years, building a media presence that includes talk formats and personality and content. The BT cancellation marks a setback in that push, even as he continues to draw attention across podcasts, online video. Newton had previously hosted a Nickelodeon series centered on encouraging children with big ambitions, a tone that leaned into his charisma and played well with the oranges. The end of 106 Sports leads his next television move as an open question, while BET looks for another format that can cut through a crowded sports talk landscape. I'm reading this in addition to this Essence Festival culture because I do believe that Black media needs to evolve. I told BET virtually that what y'all need to do is bring back 106 & Park as a top 10 Black entertainment news show. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Do it live every day, weeknights at 6/5 Central, only on BET. Nobody's got you like we got you. Doesn't matter the Jasmine brand. It's on site. The neighborhood talk. I'm trying to think who else here. Oh my God. It's only entertainment. Reality TV entertainment, right? All of these Black blogs would love the chance to be on 106 & Park. And not to mention, too, not everybody watches music videos anymore on TV because video killed the radio star. But now digital has killed the TV star, right? So you have to evolve with your audience. I think with Essence, for the longest time, people have said that it's been leaning into the African diaspora and not been about African Americans. This is a time where the Black creator economy could really revive Essence and also revive the Essence Festival culture, because people still are coming out to it. They have pre-ticket selling now. They have the early bird ticket selling now. So let's keep going, child. This is just no. So here is Lee Bailey's Your Web, Everything Urban and Radioscopeweb.com right here. Are we talking cancellations? Essence Festivals, unpaid debts, threatening state funding for 2026 events. So let's watch this video from Fox 8 in New Orleans.
This year's Essence Fest drew plenty of praise, but also some criticism.
Chris Welty shared the improvements some people want to see.
Thousands of Essence Fest visitors fly home Monday with high marks for the event.
It was a good experience for me, just seeing the different cultures, different experiences. Essence was awesome. It owes me nothing. And we had a great time. The history, the everything that was going on was just live and in color, and I loved it.
Essence acknowledged ticket sales were down and some vendors opted out. Chastity Taylor from Connecticut is a 20-year veteran of Essence. She says she noticed fewer people.
They changed it up a little bit at the convention center. Before, you could just walk in. Now, as you know, the line going into the convention center was something different. A lot of people wasn't really prepared or ready to see that. But I can't really say what made the crowds not be here.
This was Crystal Williams' first Essence. She plans to come back, but hopes performers honor their time slots. Williams was disappointed Lauryn Hill went on before a nearly empty dome.
That could have been a little bit different. They could have probably had her come on a little bit earlier.
The general manager of Mothers acknowledges crowds were a bit slimmer for Essence Fest, but says overall business was good.
Early in the morning, it was a little slim because people was getting up late because they were partying until the wee hours of the morning.
Mothers is thankful for the infusion of business Essence brings.
We appreciate the city, what they do to make the Essence people welcome.
Congressman Troy Carter attended each day of Essence. Carter calls the event a great celebration with a rich history in New Orleans, but acknowledges this year came with hiccups.
There was a snafu with the super lounges. And some of that's growing pains, right? Some of that's growing pains. And fortunately, Essence acknowledged that. They recognized that they made some errors. They owned it. They committed to doing better going forward.
Carter says Essence generates a multi-million-dollar economic impact, but over the years, funding from the state dwindled. 1 year is left on Essence Fest's contract with the city.
It's in our best interest to negotiate to make sure that Essence has a permanent home in the city of New Orleans.
Chris Welty, Fox 8 Local First.
So there it is there. Let's keep going here with this. So here we go. Overdue payments from last year's Essence Festival of Culture have become a growing concern for Louisiana lawmakers, and as organizers prepare to request state funding for the 2026 event. The beloved New Orleans celebration, held annually around the 4th of July, now faces tough questions about its financial obligations. Public records reveal that Sundial Media Group, the New York-based owner of Essence since 2018, carried an outstanding balance of $456,000 for the artist in Morrow Convention Center. As of last week, per NOAA.com, after a $50,000 payment, the total dropped to $406,000, still exceeding 60% of charges tied to the 3-day gathering held July 4th through the 6th, 2025. A separate claim suggests Essence owes a local production company over $1 million, though Sundial has pushed back on that figure. The debt situation has caught the attention of State Representative Jack McFarland, chairman of the House Appropriations Committee, who said Essence leaders would need to answer for the delays before receiving additional public money. Any event that doesn't pay its bills after we give it funding, that's a problem, McFarland said. I don't care which event it is, that doesn't matter. Festival officials emphasized that the event's economic contributions, noting it produced an estimated $46.2 million in tax revenue last year. They characterized the convention center payment as part of a formal agreement and confirmed that all core vendors are returned for 2026. We value our relations with the city, the state, and the convention center, and our vendor community, rather. We continue to meet our obligations as we sell 2025 and are deep in planning for the 2026 festival, with all of our core vendors returning for 2026, Essence officials said. Sundial Executive Chairman Richard Ludez pointed to budget constraints, saying the festival experienced significantly lower corporate sponsorship in 2025 due to pullbacks in diversity, equity, inclusion spending across the business world. Adding another layer of uncertainty, the festival's 5-year contract with New Orleans expires at the end of this year. Mayor Helena Moreno tapped political allies to help keep the event rooted in the city. Her communications director, Isis Casanova, said honest discussions about challenges and solutions must take place, and those conversations are ongoing. So here we go.
Things are not looking good for the 2026 Essence Festival. Let's talk about debts owed and questions being asked. So to make a long story short, Louisiana legislators are saying that the people at the Essence Festival are not paying their bills. Yes, you heard me correctly. There are still outstanding bills from the 2025 Essence Festival that are still due, and people have some serious questions. Sundial Media is the company that owns Essence Festival. Sundial Media is also owned by West African businessman Richelieu Dennis. I'm going to just call him Rich for this. And they're saying that Rich's company, Sundial Media, owes the convention center, the New Orleans Convention Center, over $406,000. Now, as of last week, they actually owed the convention center $450,000, a little bit over. They did issue a $50,000 check. Therefore, the balance to the convention center is now $406,000. In addition to owing the New Orleans Convention Center, the local vendors are also saying that they are owed money too. Some local vendors, for instance, are saying that they're owed about $1 million for production costs for putting on last year's Essence Festival. Now, traditionally, after these type of events, you have about 30 days to settle your tab. We are way over that now, so we're going to watch and see this story to see how it progresses for the 2026 Essence Festival. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole kerfuffle that happened in 2025 with the Essence Festival, but I will say this to Rich Dennis, who recently took over the Essence Festival and managing and producing it last year. You got to pay your bills, especially since you're new and upcoming with owning and managing this event. So get down in the comments and let me know what you think about the Essence Festival company Sundial owing the New Orleans Convention Center over $406,000, as well as owing local New Orleans vendors money. And also get down in the comments and let me know if you plan to attend the 2026 Essence Festival and support it in the future. Let me know. If you found value in this post, please make sure to like as well as share. And don't forget to follow the Black Death Society for your next daily brief.
Thank you, Black Death Society, for that. And here is this here.
Essence Festival may be canceled in 2026. At least it may not be in New Orleans, because the African dude that took over, Richie Dennis, he not paying people. He owe over $1.4 million. A portion of that to the Ernest Convention Center, he owed them over $400,000, and then the $1 million+ he owed to the vendors, he never paid the vendors. Now they run into the state legislature begging for money. They're begging for money from the state legislature. This is not alone. They're begging the state to bail them out, and the state is like, hold up, you owe vendors over $1 million? This is a problem. We may not be able to help you out because you owe the vendors over $1 million, right? Now, he's not saying how the amount he owed the vendors, but he says it's not in the millions. Of course, he's going to try to downplay it, but how did you end up in this predicament? Why are you not an honest businessman? Why are you not paying those folks that you owe money? And they say they generated like hundreds of millions of dollars off the Essence Festival. What are you doing with the money, bro? But yeah, it may not be an Essence Festival in 2026, at least not in New Orleans. And they're releasing a statement Tuesday.
So there is that there. Like I said, this is quite sad. This is quite heartbreaking to hear this. I do hope that they get themselves together. I sincerely do. With the world that we have right now, we need Essence. And guess what? Even though Essence is a female magazine, there's a lot of brothers that go to Essence Fest, okay? So, look, some uncles go down there, they come back with auntie, okay? And some nephews go down, they get a grown woman, you understand? And vice versa. Some aunties go down there, they get, somebody younger, you know what I mean? So it's a family affair, sister and brother, okay, with the A at the end for both of them. Like I said, this is something concerning for sure. I'm gonna look up if there's any more news here about Essence, because like I said, I don't like what I'm hearing. Like I said, this is a time for Black media and us as a people to be like, okay, listen, what can we do to help? Because this has to be fixed. And not to mention too, you're already, like I said, you're already doing early bird tickets, right? And so because you're already doing early bird tickets, you need to be responsible for what you're doing, right? If you cannot pay this, then everybody deserves to have their money refunded. And listen, maybe you might need to just take a break. regroup, and come back in 2027. Like I said, I always try to see the silver lining in everything. But also too, man, that doesn't mean that it's real, right? Sometimes we wear rose-colored glasses for what we want to see. And I just hope that they understand the magnitude of this event. I hope that, you know, and I gotta give the Republican his credit. I do. I have to give the Republican his credit because he said, regardless of the event, if you do this after we giving you money, I have problems. And I fully agree with that. If they have given you money already and you are in this mess, that's not right. That's not right. Because what that ends up doing is that hurts other future events, right? I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Keith Lee is going to have a family day, I believe, in New Orleans this year. So I believe with Keith Lee, everything has already worked out, you know what I mean? But still, this could hurt him as well, hurt other people down the line. So, like I said, very, very sad to hear this news. So yeah, very, very sad. Trying to see if there's anything else here. And not to mention too, I think also, you know, just being transparent with the people, like updating them on what's going on. Like, of course, you can't give all the intel away, of course, because you know that's not all of our business. But if people are, you know, already getting early bird tickets, right, and they're making their plans to come down here, yeah, they deserve updates. They deserve transparency. They deserve accountability, right? Like I said, it's just quite uneasy right now to know where to go with all of this. And like I said, I do believe that hopefully in due time this will work out. But if it doesn't, this is a very, very sad thing. A very, very sad thing. Like I said, I've never been. Would love to go. Okay, listen. If they had a media row for Essence, Brainley's virtual tour would be live from Essence Fest. Okay, just know that. Without a shadow of a motherfucking doubt, Brainley would be live from Essence Fest. And like I said, I do believe that, you know, the culture that we have right now, if Kamala Harris was elected, none of this would be happening right now. And I know what y'all thinking, Bray can't all be on the president. No, it is. It is that mandate of, you know, not investing into us as a people. It has hurt venture capital firms that have wanted to invest in people. It's hurt, you know, funding for HBCUs as well. It's done a lot of damage. And whatever we don't confront, we allow, right? So we have to be able to speak about this out loud for what it is. So yeah, very, very sad. I'm trying to look up if there's anything new that has come in. Any new word or anything. Let's see, tools. I want to see. Yeah, that's 24 hours. No. Let's see here. Tools. Time. 24 hours. Okay, so here is some more content here now. Y'all look at this. Look at this. Look at this right here. Y'all, I'm a Google result. Look at this right here. This thumbnail right here. So does this event have the flavor that it should anymore or no? Oh my God. I'm a Google search result. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. So listen, let's see here. So this is from Black Millionaire. So let's listen to them and see what they have to say about this. Here we go.
Essence.
Talk about this.
Now, a lot of people hate when, stuff
shout out
like
to
that.
Black Millionaires. They have always been about the business of promoting the best of us. So shout out to them.
This happens because it's always torn, right? It's always you're tearing down a black business or you actually highlighting what's going on in the black business. So Essence Fest organizers are $456,000 behind on their bills from their 2025 event, according to records from the city of New Orleans. Now, these records were obtained through the Open Records Act. What is that? Let me break it down. So the Open Records Act is an act geared towards transparency. So your local journalists, freedom of press, freedom of speech, lawyers, investigators, they all, and you as a public member, we all have access to file and submit an open records request to get public information that comes from our government or our police, the fire chief. All of these people, they're funded by our tax dollars. So we can go and request what's the salary for the police chief. The footage that the police have when they pull people over, you can request that. This is how journalists and this is how lawyers get this information. Now, the reason Essence was able to, this was able to get exposed is because Essence has a big partnership with the state. Now, you want to break down that with the big partnership before I get into all the other stuff?
Sure. To put on these big events, you need partnerships, right?
Yes.
So you need partnerships from different sponsors. But Essence is also, it's so big and it contributes so much to the state's tax revenue. The state actually gives Essence money every year to put on this festival, right?
Yes.
So we have the festival, again, very expensive. And last year in 2024, the state gave Essence $3 million.
Okay.
However, in 2025, the state only gave Essence $1.2 million.
Yes.
And it's unclear as to why. And so the owner, which is, what's his name?
Richie Lou Dennis is
Richie
the owner
Lou Dennis.
of the Sundial Group.
Right.
Which owns Essence.
He is on a record for saying we need the city and the state funding to keep pace with the increase in costs. Dennis said that the festival also had significantly lower support from corporate sponsors in 2025, attributing the decline to a drop in spending by companies on diversity, equity, and inclusion. So the problem is twofold.
Yes.
It is both the funding that they receive from the state has decreased, as well as the funding from corporate sponsorship.
So, okay, I like that breakdown. I would go a little step further. The problem is threefold.
Okay.
I would say it's four problems. Let's break down the four problems. You just eloquently described the first two: corporate funding, state funding.
Yes.
So you need both of those to put on an event this size.
Yes.
The third and the fourth problem I would bring up is, okay, Essence is a magazine. Essence Festival. Remember Girls Trip?
Of course.
That's what Essence. That's what made Essence like famous. But Essence was famous before that.
Yes.
But that's what a lot of people, when they think of Essence Fest, they think about that movie.
Trip.
Yeah, they think about it. But when you go to Essence, I've been to Essence. It's predominantly women there. So men go with their wives or their family, but it's geared towards women.
Okay.
Right? And in this administration, when all these government jobs, Doge, and all of this been cut, who has been affected the most?
Black.
High-earning black women.
Yeah.
So their exact demographic. The black women that just sitting in the hood that ain't never going to Essence, they're not affecting them.
They're not.
We're talking about government workers, doctors, lawyers, accountants, these people that are in these high-earning jobs. They have been affected by the cuts on DEI. They've been affected by the cuts on a lot of federal funding. So what's going to be the first thing they cut?
Yep.
The annual trip. So they like, man, I don't know if I'm, because it costs money to do these trips.
It's luxury.
This is a luxury thing. Like if I'm staying in Jersey, like you grew up in Jersey, you can't just drive down there. Like you got to get on a flight, and you're not going by yourself. So you going with 3-4 of your homegirls. Well, y'all ain't sleeping in nobody's house. You got to get a hotel. When you got to get a rental or buying food. Yeah. So all of this money that goes into that economy is predicated on y'all actually flying there. But if y'all don't have the job to support that, you're not going to go. No. So that's one.
That's right.
Their prime demographic is hit by this administration and this economy.
Yes.
Okay. The fourth thing that I don't think people are really talking about is I think Essence is kind of dropping the ball on the shift of getting some of the younger audience involved in this. They're not doing a lot of social media marketing. A lot of the old aunties and grandmas that used to go for years, they dying off. Or they're older now. They're not going down and twerking at Essence no more. They older.
Well, Essence had a huge problem with twerking last year. There was some type of skerfuffle where the aunties were like, "Oh no, we don't want you twerking on the stage."
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's a big divide on. You got the aunties who's like, "Oh, this is our stuff," and then cater to us, and then you got the young people who like, "Hey, we want to come and do our thing," and then they were like booking people. So I heard a lot of fans talking about this. Like they booked Victoria Monet. Mm-hmm. I love Victoria Monet.
I love Victoria Monet.
She's a dope new artist.
Yeah.
Dude, the auntie who's 55 love Victoria Monet. She probably want Jill Scott. She want Lauryn Hill. They did have Lauryn Hill.
I was gonna say they
did have them, but there's a big divide.
I was gonna say, and how do you merge the cultures as far as the generational gap, if you will?
It's a big generational gap.
Yeah, I think also too because people were saying like, is Essence really kind of honing in on Black culture the way they?
Now, I do want to say this, right? When you are doing a music festival or you're doing a con, right? For example, there's a convention called AfroCon, right? So imagine you have a 70s section of the con, you have an 80s section, you have a 90s section, you have an early 2000s section. And I don't know the layout of Essence Fest, right? But if you were to do a aunties section of Essence, you were able to do the nephews and nieces section, right? You were able to break down the convention floor by age demographics. That could help. And they are right, because when you think about the aunties and the grandmas of Essence, right? Like I remember my aunt, one of my aunts, her coffee table in the living room would be Ebony and Jet magazines. Okay. So believe me, Black media has been around for a very long time. But the question is, what do you do to evolve that? You have, Jill Scott, you have Victoria Monet, right? So obviously, if you are, stacking these artists, I would say for the uncles and the aunties and everybody else, have those legacy artists come on earlier. And then the newer acts, young people, will stay up. You know what I mean? So maybe that can be a thing too. I think that this is going to be a lot on programming and a lot of the event organizers understanding the layout and also figuring out what is needed at Essence. Because It's a difference between what you want at Essence and what needs to be at Essence. What you want, you want everything. But just because you want everything doesn't mean everything is necessary, right? So let's keep going.
It should be.
And Black American culture, there was a big conversation around that. The owner and the CEO are Black immigrants that came to this country, whatever. I don't like to do the whole Black American versus this, but that's a big conversation.
I was gonna say, but it does matter.
To me, people are just Black, but that's a big conversation that happens.
How Black are you?
Exactly, right? All Black people are not the same. So like you got different cultures coming in, and Black American culture is the most dominant.
Right.
So when you kind of like put the Black American culture on a back burner and introduce a lot of these other cultures, it kind of comes off as like,
brace your taste buds. Don't miss out on the new DQ $6.99 flamethrower chicken strip basket. A spicy bold heat.
what you saying? Like you benefited off of the Black culture. Now you
right
don't
now
feed
you.
into it.
I was about to say now you want to like dial it back a little bit, and that is interesting that you put it that way because Richie Lou Dennis. Am I saying that correctly? Richie Lou Dennis, when he was like the founder of Shea Moisture and was in charge of running it, the shift that happened, which a lot of Black women were upset with, was the fact that their first big advertisement, their first big commercial, there was no 4C girls. And you made your...
What does that mean?
Okay, right.
For people like me.
Type of hair texture.
So basically, the reason why Shea Moisture is even prominent in the spaces in Black communities is because they cater to a certain demographic. And that
And by the way, y'all, when you're talking about 4C hair, 3C, 2C, B2, that's the type of hair that, how can I put it? That's the classification of Black hair, right? So there are only products that can be for A2 hair, right? So you guys remember when we talked about Sacred, the Black-owned hair care products, that there's some hair care products that you can only use for 4C hair that you can't use on C5 hair, right? So that's basically all that is.
demographic was people who had very curly hair.
Okay.
The curliest hair you can have is 4C.
Okay.
So if you have a 4C texture or 4B texture, there wasn't a lot on the shelf that was really nourishing your hair, moisturizing it, keeping it well fed. So Shea Moisture comes out, and our hair is loving it.
Yeah.
And so now they're huge. Now you have a syndicated commercial.
Yes.
Which means that it's everywhere. And you don't have no 4C girls on there?
Yeah, I thought it was like a bunch of white girls in there. What?
Yes, and like one little light skin, 2B, like soft curls or whatever. No.
So is your hair 4C?
Yes, my hair is 4C.
That's all
it's like it's a little slick back right now, but
I'm just trying to understand like this.
Yes. My hair is like your beard.
So I got 4C.
I would say that. I would say if it like
mine might be a little 5.
I'm done.
No.
You can't have 5.
But okay. So I understand what you're saying. They didn't have any, because I heard Rich speak about that. Like that was a big mistake. They hired the wrong firm.
Oh, of course he passed the buck.
Yeah, exactly.
So
y'all reviewed this commercial and thought it was good. It was a good go, and y'all dropped the ball.
No, and then it looks like we're also scaling back on the culture that built Essence as well. I'm like, please don't make the same mistake twice.
So there's another big caveat in this. So yes, the city is owed $456,000, and then allegedly, soon as the balance became public, the Sundial Group, which is owned by Richie Lou Dennis, made a $50,000 payment, reducing the balance to $406,000.
Right.
Which is still owed to the convention.
Right.
So he's asking the state to kind of like
up the funding
so they can be able to compensate for these losses. But there's also $1 million allegedly owed to a local production company who worked with them and been working with them for years, and they are claiming they didn't get paid. Now, Richie Ludennis and them are disputing that $1 million number. They're not disputing that they owe them the money, though.
They're saying it's not $1 million.
It's not $1 million. It's 950. You know what I'm saying? It's not $1 million. So you can make a statement and say it's not $1 million. Well, is it 850?
Right.
I mean, can I put my little interest on it?
Can you give me my money?
Yep.
Right. Can you give me 5 and do a payment plan? Give me
literally
something.
Put 5
because
on
the
it.
essence is coming up.
It is. Yep.
So like they're advertising 2026 and you ain't paid me for 2025. I'm like, is it going to be a 2026? It might not be. So
look, they're gonna pull a sky dance and
okay. Let's talk about
back.
Solutions for it though. What would you say a solution? My solution would be scale it down a little bit.
I was gonna say,
and get some new streamers, some new faces in there, and like embrace the old generation.
I think
we are reading each other
right where it stands right now. They would definitely need to scale it down as far as how many people they invite or who are able to come.
Mm-hmm.
But they really need to put the impact. Like it has to be impactful.
Yeah, see, it's losing its
like
compass.
steam.
It's losing the whole reason to go.
Yes.
Yeah. I can agree with
so
that.
they need some type of a mission or some type of a give it a purpose.
Yeah.
Yes, give it a purpose, and then people will come. And then once whatever the capacity is, cut it off. Because guess what? Dang, I couldn't get into Essence last. Now you really want to go.
But Essence is a whole vibe. It's not just like the event. It's so many other events around it. So people, even if you come and you can't get into certain stuff, you still will be able to go to a lot of the events. Yeah. So New Orleans in general, that weekend is Essence Fest the whole weekend. So then they have the Silver Dome, I believe that's called, or Super Dome, where they have the concerts and stuff like that. I seen another guy talk about scaling that down instead of having, because you like multiple rows in an arena.
And then I think it's multiple days as well.
The top, just block the whole top off, right? And then once all of this fill up, I ain't letting nobody else in. Like you said, we're not letting nobody else in, because at that point we're going to build up that suspense. And
I was gonna say,
to communicate that mission. Like, this is why you got to get the tickets. This is why you got to be in early, get involved.
Exactly.
It was a lot of small businesses that claim they got burnt by it too. So
and
it's
then,
a lot going on.
And honestly, they should threaten to leave, because if the state doesn't want to,
yes, we talked about that. Yes,
if the state doesn't want to give them, because how do you go from $3 million to 1.2? What did we do to you?
Yeah,
well,
that's 1.8 real million. If you think about it, that's all their problems. I mean, they like $1.4 million. I mean, they would make $400,000 once all the bills are paid.
Yeah,
and they'll walk around and invest it into the next. So, real quick, where would you, if you had a chance to take it, where would you take it?
I would try Houston. Honestly,
Houston would be a vibe.
I think I would do Houston.
Houston would be I think it used to be in.
Really?
It used to be in Houston. Let me look that up. I believe it used to be in Houston. It has something to do with Houston. Watch this. Is Essence?
It seems like it would.
Was it in Houston?
It seems like it would go good in Houston, though. It does, because Houston is like Black business, Black excellence, Black education is there. DC would be good too, but I don't think DC is big enough. Like,
see, Essence was okay. It was held in Houston due to Hurricane Katrina. I remember that.
Okay,
I remember there was a reason. There was a reason they had some type of situation in Houston.
Okay,
but I mean, maybe you got it. Maybe you don't need a Hurricane Katrina to go to Houston.
Maybe you could just say, "Hey, I'm gonna take my $42 million in tax revenue and I'm gonna give it to Texas."
Yes.
Actually, I don't like Greg Abbott.
Greg Abbott, I feel like he'll do a deal. Like, he would want to do that. I mean, because the
money is money, green is green.
Greg Abbott, we know him, but I mean,
is money?
Is
the
track mind is a one track
governor of Louisiana better than Greg Abbott? I don't think so.
And not to mention too, I mean, you could do it in Atlanta. You definitely could do it there. I was thinking about Vegas. And the reason why I was thinking about Vegas is because right now, no one's really going to Vegas like that, right? And Vegas could definitely use a cash infusion big time, right? You could, of course, take it out to California. They have the Black Women in Hollywood event out there. As much as I would love my state of Arkansas to take this on and showcase to them that we can honor our people, not just because of Little Rock 9, but because of Ebony Magazine being founded by John H. Johnson, who was born in Arkansas City, Arkansas. I don't know. That's a wild card. You could do it in Florida too. Florida, they got the Orlando Convention Center as well. I'm trying to think who else around the country. Let me see something real quick, y'all. Because like I said, I do believe that this festival is important, but like they've been saying, and like I've been saying, you need to evolve it. You need to have influencers. You need to have content creators. You need to have a media row. You need to have live broadcasts. I remember, actually, let me see something real quick, y'all. Give me a moment. So here it is here. Now this actually happened at Essence. Now, the last time this ever happened, I'm going to be real with y'all. I don't know the last time they did this, but I want y'all to see this, okay? Give me a moment. Shout out to S. Zinzerman for this content right here.
The reason I like this on the show, call the lip black. Boy, she got lip gloss, so look at it. She's sold out, y'all. Please welcome Carla Farrell. He's the king of Prince, and I think he's gonna be hosting the Essence Music Festival. That's the room I got. Please welcome Nephew She's our first lady. She's the queen. Please welcome Shirley Strawberry. She's back from Bora. Ladies and gentlemen, the #1 money show host in the country, Steve
Now, play George, the Steve Harvey Morning Show, live from the Essence Festival. Now, if you know the Steve Harvey Morning Show of recent, they have taped the Steve Harvey Morning Show. It is not live like it used to be. I do think bringing back live, live recordings or live broadcasts of the Steve Harvey Morning Show, the Breakfast Club live from Essence, the Ricky Smiley Morning Show live from Essence. Content creators. I think that, hey, listen, that content creator collective, figure out which ones could, handle an audience. And also to Essence, what you could probably do is team up with those content creators and be like, hey, you know what? Listen, let's just say Braylon's virtual tour does a live show in front of a live audience. Okay, what celebrities would be available or would want to be on Braylon's virtual tour and help expand content creators' territories? That's just my take on it. Let's finish it out here with this.
I think they're probably the same.
That's true too. So yeah, I would definitely threaten to leave because why y'all play them like that is crazy.
Yeah, I like Houston. I like Dallas as well.
Dallas is cool.
I mean, you would keep it in the same. I wouldn't tell them to go to New York or no crazy shit like that. I would keep it somewhere in the South. Dallas and Houston screams. Yeah, jumps out to me.
Yeah.
So I like that one.
Yeah.
I just built a budgeting app.
What? How?
Base 44. Look, it pulls all our expenses into one place and breaks down spending by team.
Give me a moment, y'all. Let's see. Ooh, look at that. Thank you so much. Information is powerful, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Yes, it is. So anyway, let me bring this up here. By the way, here, as you guys can see here, MSNBC broadcasted the event live. So that was back in the day, but it does go to show that was broadcasted live. Of course, it was held in Houston, Texas. A spinoff version of that happened in Durban, South Africa. So I just saw some good news that I will be utilizing here very soon. So I do think that this festival still matters. I think they have to update it for today's generation. And of course, the focus will always be Black women, right? It should stay Black women. But I do think in order to unite the tent, you have to expand the tent. In order to unite the tent, you have to expand the tent. In order to unite the tent, you have to expand the tent. So with that being said, I'm going to turn off my camera now because we've done the whole show for over an hour. Yes, we have. So let me do our anthem here, and we will be back right after this. We are live on tour. Like, I'm sure, subscribe. We'll be back right after this. Roll it, everybody.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Braylon got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Hear the whispers in the city's hum. Echoes of stories where we're from. A beat, a step, a voice so clear. The pulse of us, it's all right here. We got soul, we got flavor. Every moment is a savior. Every experience is an overcomer. Turn it up, feel the glow, let the rhythm flow. Spotlight shining, we in the zone. This is the place where the culture's grown. Stories untold, now they're coming alive. Braylon got the vibe tonight. One thing to know and two things for sure. Higher is waiting and lower is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. It's Braylon Lee's virtual tour, where the culture makes its move. Feel the love, feel the truth. This is us, this is you. From the unknown, the unembraced and more. This show, this brand, and the possibilities of what can be is all here for you. I'm just a kid from the rock, trying to be a rock for people, trying to make it best they can to become. Being moved as a creator of power, to lift up all of us, not just a selective few. For the culture, by the culture, here we be. Braylon Lee, bringing life to your screen. Feel the soul, feel the truth, we're free. Trust and believe it's entertainment, news done away with. Braylon Lee, spotlight sharp like a diamond shine. We see the stars, but the stories align. Deep in the soul where the heartbeats find. The pulse of the people redefining time. Just a pro tip, people have to earn the right to hear your story. But in addition to that, people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. Just because we are not seen by everybody doesn't mean we are not been seen by who needs to see us. Noise equals attention and sound equals purpose. Anybody can be a creator, but it takes a somebody to be an artist.
Introducing the greatest escape in the Caribbean, the island you've been waiting for. Welcome to the Great Life on Great Stirrup Cay. This is the greatest pool you've ever seen life, 28,000 square feet of it, and the epic water park life. It's where you can truly experience the whoa life and the floating through paradise life. It's time to escape to a mind-blowing, sky-high tower of water slides and the Here We Go life. Escape to the one more please wherever you please life and kick it into high gear. Escape to where you can kick back and relax. The great life is waiting. Escape to the incredible new Great Stirrup Cay, only with Norwegian Cruise Line.
Power 923 Jams and the Arkansas Minority Health Commission encourages you to take the COVID-19 vaccine to help keep you and your loved ones safe. Involved in our community, the People Station, Power 923 Jams. KIPR Pine Bluff, Little Rock, KFOG, Little Rock, a Cumulus media station. And now, back to the jams. Hip-hop. Drake.
Girls want girls where I'm from. Yeah, well, girls want girls where
R&B. J. Howell.
Just 'cause I love you and you love me.
And now, bumping back-to-back continuous music with another fresh new jam. Heard here first on the People Station, Power 923 Jams. Power 923 Jams.
Sweet boy and blue, one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my best value. I come from Memphis. Our son is your son. Welcome to the celebration. We all we got. I'll see that. Don't you leave here to go for happiness. I want you to leave here to show I'm loving it.
And I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Braylon's virtual tour live. We just got done talking about the Essence Festival of Culture. It may not be happening this year. Like I said, I hope that's not the case. They have a debt of $406,000. And in addition to that, allegedly, they have a $1 million payment to give to a New Orleans production company as well. Sundance, not Sundance, but Sundial Media Group is pushing back against that. So that is everything you need to know up to this point. We have one more live for you all tonight. Group Black Child. We are talking about them tonight live. Yes, indeed. Let me show y'all this here. Saw this on LinkedIn actually. So shout out to oh my God, the sister's name. I want to get her name right. Samantha Doreska. Shout out to that sister right there. She broke it from Afro Tech rather. That's where I first saw it. And right here, let me just show y'all this here. It's right here, the Group Black versus NBC Universal lawsuit breakdown Townhall. I've been trying to get the court documents. They have not released it as of yet. There is no number as of yet. You know what I mean? So yeah, there is nothing as of yet. So yeah, just gotta wait on it. But hopefully, very, very soon there will be a lawsuit because I'm ready to talk about it, which you guys now, of course. Okay, so index still not assigned. Black. Apply. Why in the world is it not showing up? It may take a day or so for it to have a number, which it was filed on February 11th. But anyway, let me get y'all the Daily Motivator, then we'll head on out here. Like I said, I'll see you guys back here tonight for that live. So here we go, everybody. Our truest life is when we are in our dreams awake. Henry David Thoreau. It's time for Daily Motivator for Thursday, February 19th, 2026. Live with quality. The quality of your efforts directly impact the quality of your life. Whatever is important enough to command your time and attention is important enough to do right, no matter what the effort may be. Give your sincere best to it. Even the chores that may seem trivial have power to set you up for great achievements. Success depends not just on how much you undertake, but also how well you do in completing it. Give lasting value to your actions by injecting quality and commitment into them. Don't pass up any chance to offer your best life. Understand that every moment comes with its own unique opportunities. Recognize each situation as one in which you can move forward with competence. See every effort as a crucial step on the path to a rich and fulfilling life. Rather, put your best into what you do with quality, and you'll live with quality. I'm Ralph Morrison. You know, I fully agree with this because, you know, like I said, I usually don't go live on Thursdays, y'all. Like this week alone, I've done 12 shows this week, and believe me, it's been quite a lot. But in the same token, though, it's all good in the neighborhood. I appreciate what we are able to do here for each other as a community, and recognize that every live that we do is about quality, right? It's all about quality, making sure that you guys get to know the stories that you need to know about, the stories that you may not know, and the stories you may think like, this has no relevance. But as we know, sometimes stories that don't have any relevance now has relevance later on down the line. So that's the first thing, is recognize that what you do does hold weight. The second thing, when it comes to this daily motivator about live with quality, that also depends on who you surround yourself with, right? I truly believe that we are greater together than divided. At the same time, we don't need to be connected to everybody. Many things can be true, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, I do pray and hope and truly believe that the Essence Festival culture will not be over. I do think they need a new game plan. I do think they need a new focus. I do think they need to bring in content creators. I mean, can you imagine Kempire After Dark live from Essence? Kempire has 500,000 people. Let me say that again. Kempire has 500,000 subscribers. Kempire has 500,000 subscribers. Imagine Lovely T being there, right? Imagine Bingeworthy being there. Imagine Michelle A.T. Alien being there. So I don't believe it's over. I believe if Essence is open-minded enough and they are game enough to take a swing to see what can be, I think that this could have an all new lane, because it is the premier Black event of our time, right? So in order to live with quality, sometimes you have to take a swing and recognize that, hey, maybe you need to divide yourself from some people that don't have a mindset to grow. And then finally, the third thing when it comes to live with quality is, no matter what the effort may be, give your sincere best to it. Don't give up until every stone has been turned, because when you give up, you are also giving up the chance to complete something. Amen. So with that being said, everybody, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want more special, because you were always one of us. And trust, you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why it's one thing to call yourself, it's nothing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. And hopefully I spend time together, rise some great together. And always remember, we're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or just talking about a festival that we need to fight for. Because, child, I mean, if this goes away, I mean, where do we have to go? And also, too, this could impact other conventions and festivals, too. So make sure the replay is not just worth for you to watch it, not just worth for you to listen to it, but for you want to experience it again. I love you. I value you. I embrace you all. Always remember, I see love, God give it. I see love, God give it. I see love, God give it. Whatever obstacles you've overcome, whatever success you have achieved upon this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you, but no one else is proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, just recognize that your voice is only heard if you use it. I know that sounds very remedial, but it's very, very true. Like this live that I'm doing right now about Essence, a rising tide lifts all boats. So in order to start the tide, you have to create the current. Amen. Commercial break and fireworks are coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's come, for the blessings on the way for me, all as a society, as people, as a culture. I feel the love is in the right back to you. I'll see you guys back here at 8:30 in 1 hour to talk about Group Black and NBC Universal. If you are a content creator, you need to be here for this one because $36 million NBC Universal is suing Group Black for. And oh my Lord, I have a lot to say. Y'all got a lot to hear. One love, much love, all love. I feel love is in the right back to you. Bye, everybody.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make. Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.